morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lego Kenobi. Before we get started, we'd like you guys to please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, now we got that out of the way. Let's get into this. All right, just got this news today, and this is true of what has been going on with a certain gaming console studio. So here we go. Inside Sony's internal battle, a look at the East, the West clash, dividing Sony and gaming industry. So here's what's been going on. You guys have been seeing it. You got gaming studios from the East and the West fighting amongst themselves because let's give you an example. You got one studio that wants to put out a message for DI woke nonsense, and you got another gaming studio that wants entertainment. And that is the problem. And of course, you have one other company in the middle that's wanting to give entertainment, but that puts a small bit of woke nonsense in there. Like God of War, for example. God of War, I enjoyed God of War very much. Even part 2. Despite with that little race swap change in one of the God characters, which, it sucked, but I enjoyed the game overall because it had a good story. And I enjoyed that, So that is something that this company, Sony, needs to do, bro. You had games like Helldivers. They had a conflict struggle because you have woke media that wants Helldivers to have some transgender and pride flags in there, and the studio did not want that. And Sony, instead of them trying to release it on PC with PlayStation on day one, they decided to wait longer for it to be released on PlayStation and then get released a little longer to wait on PC, which was a big mistake, bro. But after that, it still made money. But now it has kind of died down a bit. Then you had a game like Stellar Blade. You bring a nice, beautiful Korean lady portraying this chick, Ida, I think it is. And you got the woke media complaining about there ain't no fine chick like that. And of course, Sony France put a news article on that. But the Korean news network just gave Sony the finger and told them, like, you know what? Why don't you go see for yourself? You had a nice, beautiful Korean chick portraying the character. And after that, Sony France just kind of got silent. After that. And that tells you right there, man, that Sony, the East and West, they're at war with each other. And one last game. You had Back with Wukong. Starred a male animal-like monkey character because it was about the Monkey King. And then you had the woke media complain, like, there's not enough women representation in there. Dude, you don't want that. What this studio does is they want entertainment. And that's what they give them. And that's what these gaming studios here in America need to realize, bro. We want entertainment. So I'm going to read you this article and you guys tell me what you guys think. So here we go. The ongoing Sony internal battle has become a massive issue in which Eastern and Western developers clash over the divisive issue of the agenda in gaming. Meditating in his office, overlooking the vast Tokyo skyline, symbol of Japan's commercial might, Sony CEO inhales the crisp Eastern air, honoring both his heritage and the nation's storied legacy. Then a faint Western scent slips into its nostrils, jolting him from his calm. In that moment, the samurai spirit within stirs, realizing that his formidable ship, the Sony gaming empire, has been rattled. This is how I imagine Sony Japan felt upon examining the Western Division's balance sheets, which showed a steep, undeniable decline. Sequels that once guaranteed blockbuster sales were plummeting, and their burning questions was, what in the name of Shinzo Abe is happening in our Western branch? Why are sales down, costs up, and where has our money gone? Western market troubles. Consider The Last of Us Part 2. Naughty Dog's highly anticipated sequel moved just 10 million copies, down a staggering 40% from the original 17 million. With Ghost of Tsushima, a sleeper hit, reached 13 million. Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac hit only 10 million, a colossal 69% drop from the predecessor's 33 million. God of War Ragnarok sold 15 million versus 23 million for the 2018 reboot, and Horizon Forbidden West mustered just 8 million against Zero Dawn's 20 million. And I say this, I love Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us Part 1 I enjoyed. Part 2 I did not play because, now, I did say that Abby was a transgender, which I mistakenly read, because I did read some news. I did read an article on it. They made Abby into a man-like shape instead of making Abby into a female, feminine, you know? But the problem is this. There are females nowadays that do exercises, that work out and everything. So I cannot blame them. But here's the problem. If you got a studio, Naughty Dog, that wants to try to put the main character, main antagonist like Joel, in the trailers and all of this, and talk about Joel and everything, all of a sudden when the game comes out, Joel is dead 5 minutes in the game. That's it. It's gone. That's why everybody rejected Naughty Dog. And then, of course, like God of War Ragnarok. Again, Part 1 was great. The reboot of God of War was a good story. But then when Part 2 came out, Angrabata, they changed her character. They race swapped her character for identity politics. But still, I enjoyed it because of the story, you know. And then, of course, Spider-Man 2. I played Spider-Man 1. I played Spider-Man 2. I enjoyed the story, but I did not like what they were doing with it, with the side missions and how they treated the female characters, like Mary Jane Watson. I did not like how they treated her. So, at Horizon Zero Dawn, I beat the game and I enjoyed it. Forbidden West, I enjoyed it. I beat the game. I didn't play the DLC content, but I did not like how they made Aloy appear, her appearance, because they changed her a bit, and I did not like that. But the story was good. Even Days Gone, a title that had minimal web backing, exceeded 7 million by 2022, potentially outpacing Last of Us Part 2 in the long run, yet its sequel was cancelled. Meanwhile, costs ballooned. Firewalks Concord alone burned hundreds of millions before falling, and Sony Japan saw the landscape of bleeding revenue and dwindling fan trust. This was no minor glitch. It signaled a brewing Sony internal battle across oceans, ready to tear the Sony gaming empire in two. Concord debacle. Concord proved to be the final straw in Sony internal battle. Estimates place its losses well into 9 figures, a massive blow for a project championed by Sony West CEO Jim Ryan. So when Concord came out, they saw what it became. They canceled that thing immediately, bro. Released in August 2024, this live service shooter from Firewalk Studios flopped dramatically, selling a fraction of what was expected despite 8 years of development, and was shut down just 2 weeks post-launch. Faced with financial fallout, Sony Japan likely realized a stark truth here. Ideologically, not market demand, was driving Sony West decision making. Certain games were being greenlit based on narrative alignment rather than consumer appetite. This revelation may have fueled the escalating tension between Sony's Eastern and Western branches. Helldivers 2, a tale of success and missteps. In contrast, Helldivers 2 debuted to soaring success, moving millions of copies in a matter of weeks after its February 2024 release. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered a righteous, co-op focused shooter that resonated with gamers who want pure fun over heavy-handed messaging. Yet Sony's West moderators nearly ruined it by enforcing rigid ideological guidelines, banning dissenting opinions on woke content, and alienating players who just wanted to enjoy the chaos. I'm saying, man, right now the West is just being so stupid right now. Posts from the period show fans complaining about excessive censorship and official forums, and player counts on Steam took a sharp dive. Matters worsened when Arrowhead CEO John Palsdet, a staunch champion of gamer-focused design, stepped down in May 2024, replaced by Shams Georgiani. Insiders claim Georgiani pushed for greedy mechanics and micro transactions, removing popular features like overpowered Stragermans, combined with forced PlayStation Network account linking for Steam's users, a move particularly reversed after mass refunds requests Helldivers 2's hemorrhaged much of its early momentum. So what they did was Sony forced people that were in PC to get a PlayStation account, which you never needed before, in order to play Helldivers 2, and that messed up the game. That messed up the success. So, it's like, telling you, man, sometimes the West here, they tend to screw up. Reassessing Days Gone. Sony Japan's scrutiny is in this eternal battle, then return to Days Gone. Despite lukewarm reviews, IGN famously gave it a middling score, dismissing its open world as generic. The 2019 Bend Studio release still built a large following, proving it could have long-term staying power. Yet, shelved a sequel because Naughty Dog, with Sony's West backing, feared it would saturate the zombie game and overshadow their own projects, including an ambitious multiplayer spin on The Last of Us that ultimately went nowhere. Ben was sidelined to assist Naughty Dog, only to see that collaboration implode. From Sony Japan's perspective, Days Gone was a missed opportunity. It continued to rack up sales while Last of Us Part 2 lost some of its sheen. What I mean is shine, I guess. I guess that means shine. The Ghost of Yote reveal. All right, now this one really disappointed a lot of fans. So let's take a read at this so you guys can see. Ghost of Yote was Sony Japan's swift counterpunch to Ubisoft's ill-fated Assassin's Creed Shadows. Revealed in mid-2024, Shadows sparked controversy over its portrayal of Yasuke, a black samurai, and a culturally intensive Torii Gate scene. Sensing a chance to assert authenticity, Sony Japan urged Sucker Punch to unveil Ghost of Yote in September 2024, pitching it as the true successor of the massively successful Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, but look how that turned out. But the reveal backfired. Unknown to Sony Japan, Yote had replaced Jin Sakai, central hero of Tsushima, with a new female lead, Yasuko. The fan backlash on social media was immediate, with cries that Sony was fixated on DEI, mandates at the expense of beloved male icons. Further digging showed that major creative figures for Tsushima, including director Nate Fox and many original team members, had departed by 2023, frustrated by Sony's intrusive guidance. Sony's corporate restructuring. This fiasco triggered a massive upheaval, with Sony leadership in Tokyo's nicknamed the Samurai Elite, launched a sweeping corporate reset similar to a ritual purge, determined to excise what they saw as cinematic failure. Sony's West top executives were replaced by Hiroki and Totoki and Hideaki Nishino, two veterans from Tokyo, appointed by Sony's global CEO Kenichiro Yoshida late in 2024. Their mandate returned Sony to its foundational principle of delivering fun, innovative, player-driven experience, free of ideology-driven missteps. Days Gone and The Last of Us Part 3. The end of it, I mean. Eager to rebuild trust, Sony tested the waters by announcing a remaster of Days Gone for early 2025. Its performers may well decide whether a long-awaited sequel gets re-greenlit. Bend Studios' future hinges on that outcome. Meanwhile, Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann confirmed that The Last of Us Part 3 isn't moving forward, corroborating rumors that the studio's flagship had lost momentum. With The Last of Us 2 no longer the juggernaut it once was, Sony appears poised to double down on Days Gone, an enduring cult favorite with proven legs. Now, this latest one that Naughty Dog did, Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. Tensions rose further when Naughty Dog unveiled its new IP, Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet, at the Game Awards in December 2024 to a subdued response. Fan reaction online was muted, and a storyline leak soon followed, revealing a space-bound outcast battling robot overlords, concepts Sony Japan dismissed and as unoriginal, reminiscent of 2010's Enslaved Odyssey of the West. Unlike the graphic intensity of The Last of Us Part 2, Intergalactic appeared sanitized and less daring. Though Naughty Dog stayed quiet on the leaks, insiders claimed Sony Japan saw the project as a tired retread rather than a truly bold innovation. Looking ahead to the return of Japanese roots. While Days Gone rallies for a comeback, its remaster already capturing solid pre-order numbers, Sony is reevaluating its entire portfolio, wary of another internal battle misfire like Ghost of Yeti. Some projects such as Intergalactic are reportedly too far along to scrap without incurring massive losses, leaving Sony to weigh its options carefully. Speculation also grows over a potential partnership with Take-Two and Rockstar for PlayStation 5 exclusive features in Grand Theft Auto 6. One truth stands firm. The once medieval samurai giant has awakened, with swords drawn and eyes open. Sony Japan is determined to reclaim its status as a cornerstone of gaming excellence, restoring the fun and innovation that once made PlayStation legendary. What's your opinion on it? Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Sony needs to get their act. Sony needs to get these people, get the West fixated, man, because so far East Game Studios are doing much better than the West. The West needs to get, Sony needs to get their act together, bro. They need to tell the East and the West to start entertaining people again, because right now Microsoft, they're out of the console wars because they're announcing that Halo's Master Chief Collection is going to be going into Sony, and sooner or later, Gears of War is going to be going into Sony also. So, right now, it's not looking good. So, this is Sony's chance to be number one on gaming. Nintendo right now, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out by the end of this year, and it's going to be announced next month, early next month, of what's going to happen when the console gets released and what it's going to feature, and pre-orders are going to start kicking in, man. So I tell you this right now, Sony needs to get their act together, and if they don't, it's going to be over, just like Microsoft. So time will tell what's going to happen with this. So that's going to be it for this this video. So you guys let me know what you guys think. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you for being part of the channel. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts about this. And as always, thank you all so much, and I'll be seeing you all until next time. Bye for now.